The Dead Pair Podcast is brought to you by Kolar Arms, America's competition shotgun, and is fueled by Fiocchi.
Welcome to the Dead Pair Podcast, coming in hot with everything you want to hear about sporting clays. With your hosts, Jason Rambo.
This is what I have to work with, everyone.
And Sean Alley.
Like I said, I was just thirsty.
Oh,
Often imitated, but never duplicated. It's the Dead Pair Podcast. It's showtime.
Welcome back, everyone. What's up there, my large mammal friend?
Well, Jason, been getting out shooting here lately. Things have calmed down just a little bit, so I was actually able to go out to Cardinal Center, shot their red bird, did pretty good. Had a good day. It's good weather.
Good, man. Good. Well, I had a mutual friend of ours, Todd, and buddy Art Todd came down from New York and took him out there to Blackjack, and I think between the three of us, we burned about 4 flats of shells. And
nice.
Just had a really good time. We started off just a light practice, and it turned into a full-on training session. So, but no, it was good. Get some time behind the gun because I haven't shot at all since the South Central, so it was good. Looking forward to Nationals. Is right around the corner. Kind of excited. I'll have 2 of my towers there during the national championship, so that's exciting.
Yep.
Nerve-wracking, but exciting. Sean, looking at the emails, you got quite a tourney talk to get to.
Yeah, got a couple here. Let's just get to it.
It's Tourney Talk. Brought to you by Score Chaser.
All right, everybody. Mississippi State at Providence Cup at Providence, April 29th through May 3rd. That is for 2026. Also open is the Texas State Championship at Defender Outdoors. That is going to be April 14th through the 19th, 2026. And then the big one, the 2026 National Championship will open on Friday, October 24th at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So guys, by the time you hear this, obviously it's going to give you some notice. So make sure that if you want to get those good rotations that you literally have your finger on the trigger, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, it's like we talked about with Travis Mears. I mean, these big shoots are filling up so fast anymore.
Yes.
If you want to shoot with your buddies, you better get in on it quick.
You ain't kidding. Jason, reminder, guys, we need to make sure that we're getting those questions for the coaches. We've been getting quite a few, but, we're really trying to build like an episode or possibly, an episode 1 and 2, like a bunch of them. And we're going to have several coaches on to answer your questions. So now is the time. You can email us. You can send us a link through Buzzsprout or a message through Buzzsprout. Jason, how else? They can Facebook message us.
Oh, man. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, there's,
Get them in here because we want to get a pile of them, and then we're going to break them up. We'll probably have, 3 or 4 different coaches answer all these questions and make a big episode out of it. So anything you want to know about any little small detail, no matter how minute, get them into us and we'll get them answered for you. That's going to be a great episode.
Yeah, and you mentioned the national championship. This is a reminder also, the gun raffle tickets. By the time you're hearing this, you're only going to have 2 weeks left to get your tickets. I mean, that's a $32,000 Kolar Max Light Sporting, your choice of high, mid, or flat rib barrel, grade 3 wood custom fit to you. I mean, somebody's going to be happy. Might as well be you. So get your tickets before it's too late.
Yeah, that is one sexy gun.
And speaking again of national championship, we are talking to Ashleigh. Used to be Hafley, now it is Ashleigh Alexander and her husband Cyrus. And Sean Alley, Ashleigh is a multi-time world and national lady champion.
She is no joke, dude. She is absolutely no joke. Hall of Famer too, I believe.
Yes, absolutely. I think it was 2024. She was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Well-deserved. Very accomplished shooter. And now, she's still in the industry. She's kind of put the gun down a little bit, but she's still in the industry. Helps out with Cyrus. We worked with them at the Northeast Regional Cardinal Center. Great people. Excited to have them on. Lots of cool stuff to get to. Make sure you're sticking around after the interview, folks. Sean and I got a couple bases to cover real quick with everybody. But Sean, I'm chomping at the bit. Let's get Ashleigh and Cyrus on the phone. I'm excited to talk to them.
Cool.
The Dead Pair.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you're going to get a kick out of this one. Welcome to the show, Ashleigh Hafley Alexander and Cyrus Alexander. What's up, guys?
Hi, how are you all doing?
What's up, guys?
Doing great. Glad to finally put this one together. And I know we've been working hard trying to get everybody's schedules to align, and everything kind of finally fell into place. And glad to have you guys on the show.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Always been a listener. First time caller.
Nice.
Well, listen, Cyrus, no disrespect to you, but ladies go first. So, Ashleigh, I'm going to ask you first. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from and how did you get started in sporting clays?
My name's Ashleigh Hafley Alexander. I started at 9 years old shooting sporting clays with my dad out at one of our local gun clubs there in Kokomo. I have competed on the national platform ever since then. I've won multiple state titles, multiple U.S. Open titles, multiple national titles, multiple world titles. I've put some stuff behind me, but it's been about 27 years of competing. So,
and 2024 Hall of Fame inductee.
Yes. Added that to the list last year. So I was very pleased to get inducted into that and thankful for the opportunity to go into there. That is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So thrilled to death with that one.
I mean, is that all, Ashleigh? Really? Is that all?
I mean, is that all you got? I mean, come on now. Even at Christmas.
Well, Cyrus, here, man, I'm going to give you your chance. All right, your turn. Cyrus, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you from, how you got started in all this mess, and what's going on in your world?
Yeah. Well, so I'm Ashleigh's husband, formerly known. That's mostly how I get introduced. But so Lexington, Kentucky is where I'm from. Got started actually in college. University of Kentucky is where I went, and we had a shooting team, just a club sport, type deal, and got to work at the gun club there locally, just as a side job in college, right, making some extra money. And Ashleigh and her sister Sarah, which you guys probably don't know, and her dad, they traveled around and put on shoots just like we do now. And so I met the girls and Mike when I was working at the gun club, and everything just kind of went from there. But kind of shot competitively since then, shot all through college, and then never really had opportunities like the kids have now. I mean, SCTP and stuff just wasn't a thing back then. So, but so shot competitively ever since, and one thing's led to another, and here we are.
Well, there's so much to dive into with both of you separately and together. So bear with us. We're going to kind of jump back and forth here. Ashleigh, were you trained by, or did you work with Wendell Cherry a little bit? Am I correct in that, or am I wrong?
Yeah, Wendell is where the majority of my base came from. So okay. I've had influences from multiple instructors, like Marty Fisher helped me get started. And then Bill Guire's helped me out a little bit. Andy Duffy's helped me out a little bit. Dan Schindler has given me a lesson or two before. But the majority of my base is, I'm going to say 98% Wendell Cherry. I was one of I was one of the Cherry kids. So.
Gotcha. I mean, I've had conversations with David over the years, and, he's brought you up from time to time. He's like, look, man, he goes, she used to kick my butt. I'm like, come on, dude. And he's like, I'm telling you. And, given your record, it's obvious you weren't destined for greatness. You were already at greatness. So, but it seems like you kind of pulled the plug on your shooting a little bit at some point. What made you stop competing? Was it just the family life and it was time to put that behind you? Or was there something else that made you stop?
In 2013, I won my world FITAS title in Spain. And I can remember winning that one, and I turned around and my dad was in the crowd. I'd won it in a shoot off with Beatrice LaPara. And I looked at him, I said, we can finally quit and go fishing now. And really? I had dedicated the majority of my life to sporting clays. And I mean, if you talk to David, if you talk to any of those kids that grew up in that Wendell era, all of us committed to the training regime. We committed to the tournament regime. And so for a very large percentage of my life, I ate, lived, breathed sporting clays. So when I finally won that FITAS title, I had done everything that I had set out to accomplish. And by then, Ty and I were dating. We'd been together for three or 4 years by then. And I just wanted to, I'd just gotten out of college. I just wanted to get a 9-to-5 job and get a house and get married and just do normal people things for a little while. So I just kind of put the bricks on all of my shooting career and just kind of said, hey, you sit there for a little bit. And I competed in the PSCA events in 14 and 15, but just because those were fun. But I just wanted to do the normal thing for a little bit. I wanted to have a family and a routine, and I really wanted to have kids. And it's hard I can't do anything half-assed. It's fully committed one way or the other. And I knew that shooting was just going to have to take a back seat so that way I could do some of those things that had a time limit on them. Having my kid has been something that's just been, I want to be fully committed to that. I can't do that and shoot at the same time. I don't have the mental capacity for that. Right. So it just had to take a back seat. My focus right now is on my family and my business. So
sure. Well, I mean, realistically, we're not PGA, right? So the money, even though you have all those titles and you have all those accomplishments, the money wasn't there where you can make a living at it, right?
No, not at all. And I mean, if you're anybody that makes a living in this sport is busting their butt, especially if they're a female. And Desi and those girls that do it, I think it's great for them. They are harder workers than what I am. That is for certain. I wasn't going to work that hard and travel that hard and put family and things on the back burner for a career in sporting. It just wasn't going to work out for me.
Yeah.
All right. So Cy, at this point, let's change gears a little bit, talk with you a little bit. Let's back up a little bit. So how did you and Ashleigh meet? Obviously, you were shooting in college. You said you kind of knew her from traveling the circuit and they were putting on shoots and stuff. Obviously, little spark was formed there and you guys ultimately kind of tied the knot down the road. That was probably an interesting story. Probably took a little while to develop, correct?
It did, yes, sir. Yeah. So, met her at the gun club that I was working at. Her and her dad and their sister, like I said, came into town and they put on one of their, I think it was actually a zone shoot back before we had the regionals. We used to do the zone 3, I think it was, all the time there at the gun club that I worked at. And met them there, and then I got to be friends with Mike before I got to be friends with the girls. Mike and I were really close. I started following them around. Our area, we don't really have territories, but our area is Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, the Ohio River Valley. And so we would do a lot of shoots within 2-3 hours of Lexington, and I would always go and follow them around and basically try to keep up with the circus at that point. And I was hooked. I was hooked with the game. I was hooked with them. And I've always liked being a part of the background of things. I like helping put things on and entertaining and that sort of thing. So it kind of just, fell hand in hand. And I graduated college a year before Ashleigh did. So I graduated and, I get my diploma and they're like, what are you going to do now? And luckily, she was down here in Tennessee in college and they had a farm here and stuff and big agriculture area in West Tennessee where we are. And that's what I went to school for. That's what I grew up with. So I got a job on a very large operation here in Tennessee and went into the agriculture industry for a long time while still shooting and competing and helping Mike and that sort of thing on the weekends and in the summer when we weren't so busy in the fields. But kind of naturally went from there. And we got married 9 years ago this month. And the rest is history, man.
That's cool, man. Well, and leading into that, so now you guys, are you both the owners of Shotgun Gear LLC, or is it specifically yours?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. No, so, we are officially partners, I guess.
Right. Okay. And you guys are basically a Promatic dealer, but you also, you're doing the service, the technician side of things. You're setting up shoots and stuff. You're kind of running things like a lot of these other big companies do, like Rick does and everybody else. Can you tell us a little bit about your business and what all you offer as far as services go?
Yeah. So Shotgun Gears is the business name. We're one of the largest Promatic dealers in the country. I kind of consider myself full service Promatic dealer. So sales, service, rentals. I refurbish traps. I'll trade for them. Everything to do with the clay shooting side, specifically with Promatics, I've got some type of hand in. And then we kind of go one step further with at least what we do, and everything for an event, target setting, registration and logistics we do. Anything that you can think of, I've got some type of solution for either the gun club or the owner of the property or whatnot. And we do corporate events and we do fundraising events, and we do a lot of the NSCA side of things. I've got 60 traps, 2 trailers on the road all year long doing rentals. And then in the off season, I've got some equipment that I take and do basically course management and design. So travel around and design new courses, help courses design new stations at courses they already have, things like that. And so forestry mulching and that sort of thing, that kind of is another asset to what we do. So full service, I guess.
Well, Cyrus, you and I are, I guess you could say, direct competitors. I mean, and we tease each other a lot between Atlas and Promatic, but at the end of the day, we all work together for the betterment of the sport. I mean, and just like out there at the Cardinal Center for the Northeast Regional, I mean, there's really a sense of like camaraderie when we're all out there working together. Am I right?
There is. At the end of the day, man, no matter what or who or what brand you represent, it doesn't matter. If you're there for that event, we're a team. And it's our job to make it work, because the littlest of things that aren't prepared or don't go right or aren't, set up for whatnot, it shows very quickly with 800, 900 people and their families there,
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, it's fun, and we like to joke with each other and that sort of thing. But it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
Right? I just choose to make a living with Promatic, and I've always had a good relationship, and Mike's always had a good relationship with Jim and Promatic. So that was our decision, and that's where we are.
Yeah, no. And hey, I respect you both. You know that. Teasing's one thing, but at the end of the day, there's still a lot of respect there.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, bringing up the Cardinal Center in the Northeast Regional, you both were there, and I saw you both grind all week. Does it, and this is a question for both of you, does it kind of get to be a grind after a while? I mean, you guys were busting butt all weekend.
Well, it can be. We're fairly fortunate in the fact that we've got a pretty good support system, whether that be friends at the shoots that can help kind of balance the kid and work, or whether that be my mother-in-law taking care of him for the week, or my mother taking care of him for the week. And like this last shoot that we were at the Coon Pecker there at FLC, and my sister Rachel actually drove an hour and a half, 4 days, just to watch him, so that way I could run registration for Gary while I service the machinery. So we're fairly fortunate in the support piece that we've got. And then the other thing is we travel with all of our own stuff. So I bring a camper to kind of keep home life the same. That's basically what we live out of during the travel season. So it's not as terrible as what it could be. I mean, we're both working hard to make sure that event goes as well as it possibly can. And we're both committed to making that event go off. But we're also committed to our family. So with the support system that we have and the relationship that we have with one another, it's not so much a grind at that point, because at the end of the day, we're still all in the camper together as a family. So that's worth everything to me. So it's not as difficult as what it could be for some of these guys that are on the road 24/7, that are living in and out of hotels with, no home life, no family life. That's slugging it out. What I'm doing, I feel blessed to do. Yeah. It's not near as bad as what it could be.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Si.
No, I was just going to add. Yeah, I think she's onto that. I think it would be totally different if I wasn't able to take my kid with me, right? And I enjoy, some shoots we do, I'm working and she's helping take care of the kid and help supporting what I'm doing. And some shoots like the regional, she was running registration, and of course I'm out there with traps and that sort of thing. So I mean, yes, it can be a grind, but it's a good grind, right? I signed up for it. I love what I do. And I mean, we did like 7 state shoots this year, 3 regionals and the US Open, not counting the corporate stuff. And so like 7-8 weeks straight on the road, it can be a grind even in a camper, but I signed up for it. I know what, I knew what I was doing, and I like what I do. So and then we get to go home.
Well, and I was just sorry to interrupt you there. I was just going to say, that's what I think is amazing. I mean, you guys, we all know a lot of these folks that do this kind of thing. They travel independently, but taking your family with you, I mean, that's just definitely got to be a whole nother level. I mean, how old's your son, Cy?
Yeah, he's 2. He's a little over 2 years old.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've seen him out there riding around with you. I saw him the one day when we were at Hillendale, and he was eating lunch with you in the buggy while you were watching everybody shoot. I mean, he's there with you on the road, and it's got to be great to have him there, but it's also got to be a challenge. And obviously that's a whole conversation in and of itself. As he gets older, do you see him, like once he gets to the age where he starts school, you guys going to, have to leave him at home and let him go to school? You going to homeschool him on the road, or what's that looking like?
Man, you've hit a topic that's all we've talked about. Everywhere we go, because that's the beauty of this. There's a lot of things I love about this sport, but one of the things is everywhere we go, all the states we've been in, even going to England, we had friends over there. Everywhere we go, we've got people we know. And so I rely on and I trust, their opinions. And so everywhere we go, we ask. I mean, I was talking to Derek last weekend at the Coonpecker. They've homeschooled his daughter because they travel too. And it's interesting to talk to people, and we don't know. We really haven't made a decision yet. Long answer. We have not made a decision yet. I think that there are advantages to homeschooling in 2025 that weren't there when I was growing up. And I don't know. It's something that we talk about a lot, and we don't know that we have an answer yet.
We don't think he's going to be short-ended on the socialization aspect of things. So.
Yeah. I mean, there's a social aspect to school, especially from middle school up, right? There's a social aspect to that I don't necessarily want him to miss out on. If he wants to play baseball, I want him to play baseball. You know what I mean? Right. And but if he enjoys what we do, and he just so happens to enjoy shooting sporting clays, and he'll have a really good coach as a mom, and it'll just work out. And if it doesn't, it doesn't, and that's fine too.
Well, and I was just going to say, I think it's neat that in this sport that you're even able to do that. Because I really doubt that in bigger sports like, take golf or any of the big professional sports. I don't know how anybody would travel with their family or even with a kid, if they were on a film crew for the NFL or, you know what I mean? That would be just so difficult to be able to do that. So how neat is it to be able to take him along for the ride and expose him to all those new things and new experiences and people. And, it sounds like you guys got a great group of friends.
It's been fun for us, not to interrupt you there, but it's been fun for us because we've they're really, really close friends, basically family to us now, but we've also partnered up with them business-wise, and Ethan and Lexi, and they've got a 1-year-old. And so everything we've done all year long, Oliver and Cyrus have been buds, and they've got a blast. And so it's even been nicer because now my son Cyrus has got somebody to play with. And so everywhere we go, we kind of go together as two families, and it's just like a support system there. It's been nice.
Well, a mutual friend of all of ours, Jake Spangler, he tells me all the time the last thing he wants to see on his time off is a clay target. Do either of you still get out and break some clays? Is the desire still there on occasion, or even maybe competing, or is it more like you're getting tired of seeing orange circles fly in the air?
No, we both still love it. I mean, that's part of the reason why we're still in it. We choose any opportunity that we can get a chance to. I carry a little clunker gun in the camper with me just in case I get a chance to shoot a make or break or something at one of the events. And it's the same way with Cyrus. I'll go and he'll compete at nationals, and he'll try to find some local things that he can shoot before we go there. But I mean, we both still love to compete. We both still love to shoot. That's a giant part of who we are. And just because I'm not, registering for nationals and stuff this year does not mean that I'm not shooting. It just means I'm not shooting competitively. So we both love to shoot. We both love to compete. We love to hunt. We like spending time together. So that's something that we're both still very much a part of, is we love to break clay pottery out there. It's one of our favorite things.
That's incredible. It really is, because, a lot like, the old saying, a roofer needs to fix his own roof, right? And you guys started off competing, and then you moved deeper into the industry, and, you're like, Si, you're out setting targets every day or doing something with traps. And I could see Jake's side of it. I get his point. Well, it's like, look, that's the last thing I want to do on my day off. For you guys to still have the passion and love for it and still want to get out and bust some birds is, I think it's incredible. I really do. I think it's great.
I think it's one of those things that it just takes a certain person, man. And I mean, look at Ed. Eddie's a buddy of mine, Ed Preckle. And I mean, Ed, how many ones do you think Ed's thrown in his life?
Oh my goodness.
Right. And he loves it. Freaking loves it. And so, and like I do, I love it to this day. I mean, I went to the, Ethan and I we were so excited this year because we had a week off in May, and it just so happened to coincide with the Night Stalker here in Tennessee, a big shoot they do for really, really good cause. And it's at a Met Club. So guess what? We don't have to worry about anything running. We just get to have a good time for once. And we were so excited about it. And I actually ended up winning that one for first HOA. And so I was pumped. Oh, wow. And, but like, it's just, even on our weeks off, that's the first thing we think of. Where can we go shoot?
That is so cool.
That is cool.
So here's a question for both of you. Ash, we'll start with you. Of all the events, I mean, you guys travel all over the place. All the venues you go to, and it doesn't have to be for any certain reason or another. Is there, especially for the people that are listening to this that haven't got out a lot, is there one shoot that is your favorite for whatever reason? Is there one that you enjoy competing at or setting targets at or working at or being at? Give us a shoot that everybody needs to check out.
Well, in the goal of selfless promotion, I would go to Cardinal Center for the night shoot where my husband's setting targets. Just shameless promotion. In all seriousness, the Cardinal does a great job. They've got their night shoot up there in Ohio is a great one to go to. It's not something that you see all of the time, and everybody loves Carla. She does a great job. Pilgrim Fun and Gun, I think, is what the formal name of it is. But that's one we thoroughly enjoy going to every year. It's different because it's at night. Everybody's there just to cut up and have a good time. So we enjoy that one a lot. So that is definitely one that I would check out if you're not doing anything this November.
What about you, Cyrus? You got a favorite one? Or are you gonna...
I do. So this is a two-parter, and I'm if I'm talking pure shooting, just going as a shooter for the experience, there is absolutely nothing like a World VTask outside of the U.S.
I'd agree with that.
And Pete did a great job, right? Chicago's done a great job. Providence did a great job. That's nothing on them. But if you go outside of the U.S. to a World VTask, there's nothing like it in the world. It's awesome. It's like the Masters or Wimbledon. It's just got a different feel, and it is awesome. So that's probably my favorite. And then in the States, in my opinion, there aren't many people that put a shoot on like the Pear family. And so I'm always going to kind of go towards the Gamel Cup. I love the Gamel Cup. I really enjoy working with the Pears, and it's kind of a family atmosphere. Yeah. Super independent. They've always been an independent place. We've had it at a couple of different places over the years, but we're 26, 27 years in, I think now, 20, I think that's right. And, awesome event. So,
well, they do a great job.
That shoot's been a signature staple. Like, I don't know how to describe it. That shoot's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And has earned that reputation of being like one of the premier signature shoots in the country, you know? And that's, unfortunately, that's added to that giant barrel list that Sean and I have going. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
Cyrus
just keeps going and going, Jason.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Cyrus, you brought up traveling abroad, and I think just about every person that was at Cyprus this year was telling me you missed a shoot. Like this was,
Oh yeah.
you know, and that's definitely something that's going to happen sooner than later.
It seems like a daunting thing just to try to the paperwork and the passports and that sort of thing. But honestly, man, I mean, they lay that out for you pretty easily. And I had never been overseas before. I actually been 4 or 5 times to England alone, much less the other places she'd been. And so that was nice for me just to travel with somebody that was used to it. It was awesome. It was so much fun. And it, you know, for 2 weeks or however long you make the trip, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Can't say enough about it. So
unfortunately, I don't think I can go to one of those things without my wife and kid because they would both hang me when I got home. So that's my cost is tripled.
Yeah.
So
if you send her a picture drinking something on the beach of Greece or something, you're going to be in trouble, buddy.
yeah,
So.
I'll come home to a locked door and a divorce notice on the front door. So, hey, listen,
Don't just do like Dad did. He took us all.
Yeah. Well, if I had Sean's money, trust me, we'd go to every one. So
There he is telling stories again.
Yeah, right. Hey, listen, I know you both listen to this show, and I'd love to do a rapid fire with both of you. You guys want to do that?
I'm ready.
Sure.
All right. Ash, let's start with you. What gun, make, and model do you shoot?
Zoli. I shoot. It would be like an ambassador grade, 12 gauge.
Okay. 32-inch barrels or?
32-inch barrels. Yep. 32-inch barrels with an S&S custom stock. Comp and chokes fitted me out for the choke constrictions, and everything else is just standard.
What do you have a go-to constriction, like the one that you run? More than anything?
Light mods.
Light mods.
Oh,
Light
man,
mods.
those light mods are bad news.
Yeah. I screw those in and let them eat.
There you go.
Right.
What do you have a particular recipe of shells you like to shoot?
I'll shoot just about anything. Back in the day, I love the 1 ounce nitro ones that Remington did.
Yeah.
The 1290s. I thought those were awesome. Here lately, I've been shooting some of the Winchester loads. They're very nice. But if I can bounce back and forth between either of those, I've done pretty well. White gold, Game Board, that new rose gold shell that they have, that was a pretty sweet shooter too. I've enjoyed shooting that the last few rounds. So I kind of pop back and forth, but for the most part, those are my go-tos, is the Remington 1 ounce load, the rose gold shells, or the double A's. It's hard to find a bad load.
Are you a 7.5 or 8 girl?
7.5. I'll pick pellet energy over pellet count.
Okay.
Yep.
Vest or shell bag?
Vest.
Okay. What brand do you shoot?
Bear pelt.
Bear pelt. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's your go-to for eye protection? Your
Eye
glasses.
protection would be P-less. I go to Granny for those, PMS Firearms.
Okay.
She outfits me.
What about your ear protection?
Ear protection, Ears by Courtney. She takes care of me.
Okay. And then the last question for you is, what's in your bag? We're looking for that lucky rabbit's foot. Something.
Are you sure you want to know the answer to that?
Sean's prepared for anything at this point with that one.
Yeah, after Gianna gave us her answer, what she carries, nothing's going to shock us. So go ahead.
Yeah, I've got a hodgepodge of stuff. I've got a wad knocker that Rick Alejandro gave me in 2009 that says "Bust 'em all." I've got some saline solution to flush out my eyes. I'm sure I've got a leftover granola bar or two in there from God knows when.
There's probably some practice tickets that she didn't use in 2006.
Yeah, more than likely. Just hodgepodge of things, but those are the things that I can tell you for certain are definitely in there.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Well, Sean, you wanna run through the gamut with Cyrus?
All right, Cyrus, you ready to go, buddy?
I'm ready.
All right, what's the gun you shoot? Make and model.
It's a Zoli. It's a Zoli Ambassador.
Okay, and what length barrels are you shooting?
32s with the new ARC series comp and chokes.
Okay.
I like to keep it clean.
Gotcha. Now, what kind of restrictions are you running in your chokes?
I normally stick to 2 light mods. Every now and then, I'm the same as Ashleigh. I mean, at the end of the day, I've got a pretty good base from her, but I'll stick a 0 or something in on or I'll tighten up on a quartering rabbit or something like that. But most of the time, it's 215s, two light mods. So got an S&S stock, and Mike's always took really good care of me. So.
Okay. Well, what about your shells? What's your recipe and your go-to?
So I really like the 1 ounce 1250 Winchesters. I just think they pattern really well. But from time to time, I'll roll to the white golds, the 7.5 1 ounce white golds too. I like those a lot.
Okay. So are you also a 7.5 shooter?
I am. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Pellet energy, man.
Okay. What about vest or shell bag?
I'm a vest. I'm a bear pelt. Miss Heather is the ticket, man. She's awesome, and they've always done some neat stuff for me. And I like that new one with the new cuts on the shoulders and the suede pad. It's awesome. I really like it.
Okay. What about your eyes?
Pila. Yeah.
Pila. Okay.
Pila lenses. I like the X6s, the bigger ones. I got a big head, so.
I know what you mean there. How about your ears?
Actually, I've just had plugs for years. Courtney's made me a couple here lately, but I just started using, I bought some of these sound gears, is that right? And, I bought some of those from Ears by Courtney this year. I really, really like them so far. I've only had them a couple months, but I really like them.
Good deal. All right. And then, last question, what's in your bag? You carry anything neat or unique in there?
Honestly, man, I've got a couple Allen wrenches just for in case the trigger gets loose or something, a couple extra chokes, and, last night.
There's not ours, right?
yeah. And, I've got a piece of a box top, a shotgun shell box top that, it says "Let it eat" on it. It handwritten "Let it eat" on it. And sometimes I get tight, get nervous, whatnot, and I didn't get to that spot by being nervous, right? You just got to let it eat sometimes. So.
Well, Cyrus, I was waiting on you to say, what do you mean, man? I always got a 19 millimeter on me.
I don't leave home without my 10 millimeter and my 13, I promise.
Oh, man.
You'll think this is funny. I went to Montana, was it 2 summers ago, Ash, or last summer? It was 2 summers ago.
2 summers ago.
And we flew out to the Montana Challenge. It was so much fun. Had a big time, and Rick and I are friends. And I walked up to Rick and I said, "Hey, buddy, listen, I did not bring a single wrench with me." And he looked at me like, "What is going on, man?" I said, I'm here to have fun, I promise.
That's awesome.
But it was a good time.
I got a question for each of you to wrap this up. Ashleigh, start with you. How do you want to be remembered in this sport? Like if you're leaving a legacy behind, what is it that you want everybody to remember you by?
I would like to think that people would remember me for the fact that I'm approachable. I try very hard to talk to everybody who says hi to me. I try to be a nice person to everybody that's nice to me, and I would like to be remembered as somebody that was approachable and always had time to talk to you if you swung by. And just a good mom and a good competitor.
That is very cool. What about you, Cyrus?
Man, I just hope people think I'd like to be remembered as a good person. I really do care about everybody having a good time, and I really do care about every event that I'm at, and everywhere we go, I put my heart and soul into my job and to help those people run those events well. And so good person and even better service, right? I always want to stand behind what I do. So I think that'd be a good one.
Well, and Jason and I can vouch for that because, working with you at the Northeast Regionals to set up our prelim, you guys were spot on, very helpful, very understanding, and, dealing with us two knuckleheads and setting targets and stuff. We could see, you can just see when you guys work, you care about what you're doing and you want to make it right and you want to make everybody happy. And I think that's very, very special these days. So, congratulations to both of you for running a successful business. And I hope it lasts for as long as you want to keep doing it.
Well, I appreciate that, man, very much.
Yeah, and sincerely, we appreciate both of you coming on. It's been an honor to have you both on here. You both should be proud of what you've accomplished thus far, and I know you're not giving up or stopping now, but you both should hang your heads high because it's seriously, you've accomplished a lot, and it's a lot to be proud of. It's been great getting to know both of you, and I hope this is just the start of a lifelong friendship. So thank you both for spending the time with us this evening, for sure.
Oh,
Well, thanks for having us.
yep.
We've enjoyed it.
Definitely. Yep. Definitely enjoyed it.
Thanks, guys.
The Dead Pair.
You know, Sean, man, what a great couple, and you won't find anybody any more ingrained in the sport than those two.
No, they are genuine, and they're genuinely good people. I mean,
Yes.
once you meet them, you're like, oh yeah, these guys are great, and I understand why. So
Well, you know, to quote somebody we know very well that said, "There's no strangers in sporting clothes, only friends you haven't met yet." Right there's two people that are your friends, and you haven't even,
Yes.
you know, if you haven't met them yet. Great people. I just hope, and I apologize about the phone issues, everyone. I'm hoping my wife can fix that the best she can. It's a little difficult to fix that kind of stuff, so bear with us. Apologize about that. I don't know what's going on, if we got a storm coming in or something, but the phone was breaking up on my end a little bit, so apologize about that. Sean Alley, RE Ranger and Taconic Distilleries are still offering 10% discount to anybody that wants to order online. The code's DeadPair10 at checkout. They need to get in on that, you know it?
yeah, well, take advantage, because obviously never hurts to help somebody that's helping us. They help us bring the show to you guys week after week. So go ahead and take advantage and save some money while you're picking up some cool products. Also, guys, we really appreciate, the positive reviews on our podcast outlets. If you listen on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, please be sure that you like and subscribe, and throw a good comment out there. It really helps us a little bit, and we just would like to ask that of you. If you can take a few minutes and do that, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, we've gotten a couple here the last week and truly do appreciate that. While we're thanking people real quick and we're on that subject, thank you to Kolar Arms. Remember, get those raffle tickets. Thank you to Fiocchi USA, Gun and Trophy Insurance. Continue to get emails from people that they're really finding value in that. That's awesome. That's what we want to hear. That they were kind enough to help us out a little bit, and we're glad it's helping all of you out. And Fiocchi USA has been awesome. We've got some news coming with them. I know I promised that an episode or two ago. Just a little bit of scheduling conflicts there, but we're going to get them on. They got some big news to announce, so bear with us on that one.
Yeah, and a big thank you to Atlas Traps. Obviously, as you know, my co-host here, Mr. Jason Rambo, is a good guy to call. If you're looking to get some traps or maybe put up a 5-stand at your house, he's the guy to get a hold of. He can hook you up and give you a good deal on that stuff. Also, a big thank you to Rhino Chokes. They've been with us for the long haul. Great guys over there. Not only do they make fantastic chokes, but they can do all your gun work, fitting, barrel porting, and all that jazz. It's fantastic. And also RE Ranger, our longest sponsor. They were there with us when we started. Huge thank you to RE Ranger. And last but not least, Mr. Neil Chadwick at Long Range. We want to appreciate his sponsorship, new to the program this year. But all these people help us guys week after week bring this podcast to you. And without their support, we could not continue to do so. So if at anything that comes up that you might need, it would be very appreciated by all of them if you'd give them a call, at least give them a chance to earn your business.
Yeah, and don't forget about the Taconic Distilleries. Really, we're going to start doing some giveaways with them, by the way. Got to be 21 or older, and as long as your state doesn't prohibit us sending you some quality adult beverage, we're going to do some giveaways with that. So stick with us on that. Exciting stuff coming with them. Thank you to Casey Chase at Score Chaser. Got an episode coming with them after Nationals. They got some new stuff they want to let everybody know about. And one more thank you is to my wife that puts up with us two meatheads every week and makes us sound better than we actually are, Sean Alley.
Yeah, she's got a gift and a talent, and we can't thank her enough for that.
Yes, for sure. Sean Alley, Ashleigh and Cyrus are two perfect examples. We tell everybody every week, take someone new shooting, take them to a tournament. Look at the great people that you meet in the sport.
Yep. And it gets proven week after week, every tournament we go to. I mean, there's great people in the sport. The sport itself is very enjoyable. And again, guys, it's only going to grow if you let everybody know how great it is. So get out there and do the legwork. Grassroots effort, bring somebody new that's never shot a clay target before, take somebody that does shoot, maybe bring them to a charity event or a corporate event to get them started, or just take them to the club, go knock a few clays around, just for the weekend, and have lunch and whatever afterwards. Just get people introduced to it, because that's all it takes, really. You got to grow it by showing it.
Yeah, and if you're serious about this, and we've had some people that have wrote to us and also posted up on our Facebook public group page, if you're serious about continuing to take someone shooting, by the time you're hearing this, we should have the link up on our website. It'll be mixed in with the sponsor links, the +1 program from the NSSF. Click on that. They've got some incentives there. If you're going to be a mentor and take people shooting on a regular basis, they got some things to help you with that. So, and we're going to have somebody from the NSSF come on for a very short segment and talk about that, what that is, what those details are, and what that looks like. Be on the lookout for that. Sean Alley, this has been a great episode, man. I'm so glad we finally got to catch up with Ashleigh and Cyrus.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's been well deserved. Seems like we've been working this for a long time, which we say all the time. Because I tell you what, just getting everybody's schedules to jive, I say it all the time. It's like herding cats, right? So, when it finally comes together, it's like, we did it. And this was a good one. I think a lot of people will get a lot out of this. So hopefully they'll enjoy it. For sure. Well, until next week, my friend. Can't wait to see y'all back here on the Dead Pair Podcast.
We'll see you next time on the Dead Pair Podcast.
The Dead Pair Podcast is brought to you by Kolar Arms, the mark of performance, and is fueled by Fiocchi USA. The Dead Pair theme song was written, arranged, and produced by Toby Tomplay. Special thanks to the following sponsors: Atlas Traps, Ranger Performance Eyewear, Rhino Chokes, Long Range LLC, Taconic Distillery, Score Chaser, and Clay Range Design Works.